Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September 24. Right next to me is that title contender, Irving Martinez. Will be the Dragon Kid. We'll be fighting on our next event, November 9th, at the heart of San Francisco Keys Art Pavilion, and he will be challenging the 135-pound title against Ashton Stanley. Now, once again, let's introduce you once again to all the five fans. Who is the Dragon Kid?
The Dragon Kid, aka Irving Martinez, aka 3-star, aka Mr. MMA champion, Mr. Oakland Town Business, Mr. Rap-A-Lot, Mr. Mac-A-Lot. We here. Let's go.
Now you're a musician too, right?
Yeah, I be messing with it every now and then. I tried to, eventually I want to go back to my third album. So I already have 2 albums released on Spotify, Apple Music, all platforms under Dragon Kid. And we have 2 albums. First album, Serotonin. That one was dropped 2019. And then I have another one, The Dragon Kid. That one was dropped in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Under the artist name 3-Star King. Number 3, space, star, space, king. Pull up the 2 albums right there. We got a third one on the way, a couple more shows. But first, we got to handle business. November 9th, heart of the city. I got to go get what's mine. I mean, this is only right for the Dragon Kid to walk into the Dragon House and get that title.
Now, when you make music, are you like a DJing or you singing? What?
I do a little bit of everything. I started, first writing poetry. That was initially my first, my first passion. But then as I evolved with the music and I started making the beats, actually doing like the sounds in the background, the drumming. My brother Truss here, drummer, we're musicians. When I was in the 4th grade, I used to be playing the trumpet. So I was always fascinated with instruments, whether it be like the piano, whether it be the trumpet, which is more like that one's an air instrument as opposed to, the piano with the, you gotta use the fingers, or the guitar, you gotta know how to work the strings, so it's different type of instrument. They just kind of learn the passion, the drums, getting the people hyped up, the bass, and me putting it together with the music. I fell in love with so many different, I would say, genres of music, whether it be from the hip hop, my culture, reggaeton, dance hall music, and then of course my own music from my own country, which would be like the country music or the Mexican country music and anything that's like the old school rock. I mean, I love it all. I feel like it's motivational. There's a reason why they put music in the movies, especially Rocky montage, Eye of the Tiger. I mean, it goes on and on. It goes hand in hand with the motivation, the fire that fuels the soul inside the human.
You gotta walk out with one of your music song, right?
Yeah, I've been walking out. The last couple times I walked out to my own reggaeton song. So if you guys are interested in checking out that song, is gonna drop really soon, the music video for that. So I want you guys to stay tuned with that. But check it out. It's called What's Up DJ. I've been coming out to the song the last couple fights, like 6 fights. I came out to that. I was thinking about coming out to the Eye of the Tiger, but it's a little bit too Manny did it first. Pacquiao did it first, so I can't take his that's his song. So
now on this upcoming fight, you're challenging the champion. He just become a champion. Ashton Stanley has a great performance fighting against Reno Bergen. He has a dominant fashion in coming off a win on that fight. Did you watch that fight?
I did watch that fight. I was impressed with both guys' performance. I mean, I could tell that Reno was more of a ground fighter, and I could tell that Ashton had really good wrestling. But the difference in that fight was that 1-2. I think he dropped him like 2 times, 3 times with the 1-2.
Yeah.
So I see that he's a student in kennel boxing. I do my homework on these guys. I study them, and I know where they're training. I know what they do. I know he's a really good boxer, and we're gonna go in there and stand the man. Because I mean, you see what I do the last couple fights. These guys, they start getting in front of me, and then these guys become Kurt Angle. So we're gonna see if we're gonna keep it standing. I respect his stand up, his game, but I just feel like this is gonna be a different battle. I'm not gonna be trying to lay on my back to choke him out. We're gonna be going in there, trying to get that finish as well.
Now, this is probably by far, I think, is probably the toughest challenge you ever had, right?
Definitely. I would say so.
Coming into this fight, what's your game plan? He's good at wrestling.
He's good at wrestling, but the determining factor here is I've seen a couple of the last fights, and we've all watched my last fight before. I've gotten hit really hard for my first fight with Juan Vidal. to, with Carlos. These guys hit hard, they hit me clean. Never been knocked out. These guys tested the chin. At 35, I'm not saying I can't be knocked out. There's probably some guys that can spark my lights out clean at 35. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but my chin has been tested back and forth, and I've never been knocked out at 35. I just won at 45, so we're gonna go back down to lighter weight, and I seen that he has been knocked out before. So that's a determining factor there. It seems like if I catch him in the corner and if I can land that good shot I'm looking for, the dragon breeds fire.
That's right. Well, you did your homework intelligently. That's a damn sure.
Yeah.
Coming into this fight now, you know he's gonna be strong on wrestling, strong on the 1-2. Grappling. That's kind of like his bread and butter. So when you train this fight, first, like, who is your main training partner that prepare for your fight?
Well, I have a lot of guys I train with. I mean, I would say that I have my specific guys with certain things. Like I have certain guys that train with me in jiu-jitsu, certain guys that train with me in the boxing, the Muay Thai, the strength and conditioning, which is different, So I would say for, 3 guys that have really helped me this camp, of course, my brother Trust. He's always keeping me in good shape. We're always getting those late night workouts. Yeah, so it's like even if we just go eat In-N-Out Burger, hey, it's time to get some work in. We hold me accountable. A lot of these guys be around a bunch of yes men and be like, oh, you're doing great, bro. This guy always tell me I'm in the worst shape of my life, so I need to get better.
Now, what gym do you train out of right now?
Well, specifically right now, Darshal Lira is still the gym I represent. As you guys know, I'm also a fitness coach too. So now I have, at this point in my career where I have, had so many fights, had so many opponents. Some of my former opponents have even become, some of my training partners. We help each other, iron sharpen iron.
Nice.
In this sport, that's how it is. Ultimately it's about, the respect. I respect anybody that's willing to get in there and take that chance. Anybody that steps into that cage, I have respect for. Ultimately, that night we're trying to get that win. But after the fight, it's nothing but respect because the guy, he signed the paper, he got in there, and you got to show respect for that. So at this point in my career now, I've met so many people that I can literally train with a lot of high-level athletes. I have friends in UFC, I have friends in MMA.
It will be the first fight, 3-minute round.
Yeah.
No shin guards.
Yeah.
Do you think this will play a big factor for you to?
Oh, definitely. I can move around a little faster now. Look at that, yeah. Something light. I always see it like this, when I go up to the shows, I'm always, I always get the nerves out beforehand, but ultimately I see it as, what, I'm over here enjoying some time with my family, let me go get this little quick workout, done by 10 minutes, I come right back.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Now, another job that you work on pretty much, you are a fitness trainer.
Yeah.
Which gym do you coach in?
Right now, I train out of City Sports. They know LLC Fitness. Let's talk about that gym. They have a lot of locations here in, San Francisco, Hayward, they have 3. I mean, for me, I've been with the company working with them as a coach, but I also been training outside, my own type of training, of course, so I have people I specifically train with at martial arts that aren't specifically going to a gym, or, sometimes you don't even need a gym. What I tell people a lot of times is because they feel like they need to get a gym membership to get in best shape. But that's the excuse. They tell me, oh, COVID, I got really big. Come on, you got to go to the park, my man. They got calisthenics. They got, run around the beach, champion work. For me, I've gotten to the point where the planet is my gym. I go outside, man. I do handstand push-ups on the sidewalk. This is my gym. You know what I'm saying?
This upcoming fight, 135-pound weight class. What do you walk around weight right now?
Right now, I would say we're 150 probably. Not that long ago, maybe like 155. 155 when I was eating, a lot of tortillas. But I said the fight gets closer because the last fight I did at 145, I was able to kind of, have a little bit more wiggle room with my diet, and it was good. I still had good energy, good performance. If anything, I feel like it was one of my best performances.
Yes.
But at 35, I feel like my cardio is even better. It's just that, the diet, it has to be on point. I have to make sure that by the time that the training camp's already started, but like 6 weeks before the event, I gotta be 145 the whole time. 145, make sure that I'm staying lean as possible. Sometimes even getting to like a 142, 143, and then the rest the water weight cut, which is easy, simple, 2 gallons of water every day leading up into the fight. Thursday, we stop drinking water. Friday, we wake up 135. Come on, man, this is simple science.
That's pretty good. Now you almost got the formula down because you have so many fights now.
Yeah.
Now this fight is definitely the biggest fight in your career. I'm hoping all your friends and family will come out and support you.
Oh, yeah.
If you do win, you got a target on your back. Now everyone is gonna go ask me to fight you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I mean, that's what happens when you're the champ, and of course, you know, we're ready for that. We're built for this. But before anybody gets first dibs, I want to say it here first. I want Pretty Boy Anthony Taylor. I don't want any other fight, but Pretty Boy Anthony Taylor. I know he's competed a couple times in the promotion. I know he went boxing and started doing little circus shows with Jake Paul and Butterbean and these guys fighting in the circus. But how about we come back to MMA? Let me retire you, and then you know we can ride off into the sunset. So that's the fight I'm looking for after this fight. I get the title. You know, if not that, then we can talk about the 45 amateur title. Well, we got options. We got options, okay?
You think Pretty Boy Taylor will make that weight class that you fight? He's pretty big.
I mean, you know, he could come in whatever weight class. It don't matter. He could come in because I know that right now he's what 205, a little
Something like that.
something like that. But I mean, the guy he's not a real 205er. If I can tell you the truth, a
He
real
fought
205.
like a 170 on his last boxing fight.
Yeah, and in MMA, I believe he was 155.
55, yeah.
Yeah, and he should have really been a 145er, like if I'm being honest, you know. But you know, whatever he want to do, 145, 155, 135, I do all those weight classes for him, and he could come in whatever weight class he wants. We just want to get him in there, you know. We want to make sure that we get those eyes. Fight of the island. Let's go. Let's get it. Fight of the island. Baby.
Do you know him?
Yeah, we actually know. We know him. It's a complicated thing. It's a back and forth. There's no hate though. We just want to get paid. So we're here. We built it up.
That's right. You have to make a pro debut against him because you know he's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be amateur fight. Now in the perfect world, how much longer you want to do amateur before you go pro?
Well, I mean, seeing that we're losing the shin guards next one, I consider this is going to the pro. This is the real deal. So after this, I mean, if you know, if we're looking at that 45 weight class, if I see some options, then we'll talk about it there. But other than that, this might be like that next threshold. This, you know,
Last amateur.
Yeah, the last amateur. You know, for the belt, win or lose, I'm going in there, putting my heart into it, and I'm coming out with with the belt. Come on, the Dragon Kid, baby, Dragon Kid for the Dragon House. Now, after this, we go pro, and then we can talk about maybe doing the boxing because a lot of these celebrity guys, they too scared to get in the octagon, so. We could do some handicap fight for them.
That's awesome. Now, if people want to get a hold of you to buy a ticket, come watch you fight. How can people contact you?
3-Star King at Instagram. You guys know me. 510-709-9617. You guys can call me. You know, pull up. We're here at the Dragon House MMA, City Sports, Oakland, California, San Francisco, Kezar Pavilion, November 9th. Heart of the city is going down again. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I remember the first time I walked in here, and this was at the old location. This was a couple years back. And
Yeah.
I remember the energy I had. This Master Zhong was like, man, this guy reminded me of Bruce Lee, man. You know, so I'm Bruce Lee reincarnated. I took a couple, I would say hard decisions. I've never been knocked out, submitted, nothing. I just had some lessons to learn, and I feel like now I polished up. It got me to the point where I'm here now. So I know this guy's gonna be the toughest challenge, up to date, but I would say I have the most experience out of any of these other guys that he's fought for real.
That's pretty awesome. Now, any special loved one, training partner, supporter that you want to shout out to?
My brother Trust right here, of course, my family, my mom, my dad, my teammates, my gym, Darcy O'Leary, Sensei Carlos for, setting, me on the right path to start fighting and making this a dream, a possibility. Eventually, getting to that next level, whether it be the Bellator, UFC, the Zone. It's about becoming that next level star. Because the way I see it is, you're only getting paid in fighting as much as you can sit people down on the seats to watch you fight. So it's a big following, has a lot to do with the way that you get paid. So now it's about, getting into different ventures. I want to still train for the rest of my life, but you young fighters have to understand that there's other avenues to get you paid along the way. So do it the way like Canelo, Anthony Joshua, Calvin Klein model in the little underwears and the little undies, anything, whatever works,
Hey, talk about Joshua. What did you think of his last performance?
That last fight, man, it was sad to see because I thought he was gonna win. After he beat Francis, he gave me some hope. But boxing is different in MMA. These guys.
I mean, he was fighting that guy.
Du Bois, I think.
Du Bois dominating him.
Boy is the boy.
He knocked him down the first round, knocked him down like holy shit.
Yeah, I think he slapped him around a couple times, and then the fifth round knockout. I was really impressed. But you know, after the fight with Joshua and it was Andy Ruiz, I think that was the first amazing loss because this guy looked like he didn't even train for the fight. Looked like he was eating burritos all day, right? And then he still beat Joshua. It showed you that technique goes farther than the actual physical appearance. Some people might think, oh, this guy is, you know, he's built like Zeus, but that doesn't transition over to the real technique. And for the last fight, it just showed me that these guys are next level competitors on the come up because all the older generation ones like Fury, Joshua, Wilder, Ruiz, they all lost. Now you got these younger up and comers like the boys, Usyk.
The boy's only 27 years old.
Yeah, young guy. And Usyk too was. I'm really impressed with his performance. As you know, I think he was a cruiserweight. He became undisputed. Came up, beat Fury, the big guy, 7 feet tall, and then. You know, you got the young generation of guys on the come up right now that are beating. They have the one Chinese boxer who knocked out Wilder. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, the 40-year-old guy.
That guy is on the come up too. He's undefeated. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes in the sport. It's like you take a couple losses and then the people kind of move on to the next big thing. The guys that are undefeated. So that's why you have to make the right decisions.
Now, do you have any names that you have eyes on as a pro 135?
Shannon O'Malley. I mean, come on. After that last performance, it looked like he doesn't really know what to do on his back. It's like a turtle. You get the guy on his back, he can't turn over. You know, so I mean, it's a lot of holes. You know, people got a lot of questions they want answered, and I think that fight right there. And of course, I got friends in UFC. I got friends that have trained with Marab. I have, you know, so once you start training MMA, it's a very small world. It's just you just need your opportunity in the big street, and then. It can go from there, so we're building it up. And
any local 135 pro that caught your eye?
I mean, one that I would say that, and it's like for me, I'm not even saying like a call out. I respect the technique. He comes from I think CSA, Killer Bolanos I think he's from Bellator. Man, this guy's.
He's
elbows.
in UFC.
I think now he's in UFC now. Yeah,
he's just coming off a loss.
Yeah, this guy because I met him before. You know, when I went to that gym with my boy, I met a couple of those guys in UFC, Touchy Theory and all these. You know, they train there in the CSA. That's a Combat Sports Academy.
He fought on our show when he was. I think it was his last amateur fight was on our show.
Yeah.
Years and years ago in Oakland, the Marriott Hotel.
Oh man,
it's been a while.
So I seen a couple of the fights and just to see how the technique can improve from a guy that's my weight class 135. I mean, the guys are dangerous, bro. These guys are. I hope to get to that level, and you know, I will become rivals. You know, eventually, if I get to that level, of course, I would have to step in there with a guy like that. But
it's a lot of 135er in the Bay Area is like trying to climb up one step before get to the big stage. So definitely 135 is a big stack division.
These guys are world-class athletes. I mean, Bruce Lee was a 35er, and these guys are more agile than a heavyweight. So.
Now, if your opponent, Ashton is standing watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Let's have fun. I mean, you know what we do. This is what we do it for, man. Come on. I mean, we go in there, we leave it right there, all on the line. After a good fight, you know, hopefully we become good friends after that. That's the way I see it. I don't have no ill will.
How do you see this fight is going to go down? How do you think you're going to win?
I mean, judging from the last performance, it might go the full distance as like a real dog fight, or it can go either, you know, a finish. I can see a finish going, you know, like I land a good shot. Yeah, or he get me in a bad position into wrestling. I mean, nothing slips my mind. Just know that I'm going into that fight and I love rolling the dice.
All right, sounds good. Now, for more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Sorry about the background noise, but people do stuff out there. But follow me on Instagram. Stay tuned. November 9th, huge stack card. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me some love and support. Hopefully, we'll get all the Bay Area. We have 20 plus fights on this upcoming fight card. Big stack card. Don't listen. And Irving is going to be the co-main event on the undercard, fighting for the 135 belt. And the fight after is going to be the 155-pound belt. So we have 45, 35, 35, 45, 55 belt amateur on the main card, on the amateur portion, but don't miss out. And after that, the pro fight kickoff. Door open at 3, first fight kickoff at 4. Pro start kicks off around 6:30 to 7 o'clock. So do not miss out. And get a ticket directly from Irving. from the Dragon King. Give him some love and support so we can get a little credit for it. I can't wait to put on this event for all the MMA fight fans out there. November 9th. Any last word you want to say to anybody out there?
Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
Stay tuned, November 9th.
Let's go. Woo!